Well, clinical trials for the H1N1 vaccine begin this week at hospitals from coast to coast. The tests are being fast-tracked to get the doses out by the public by mid-October, which is basically when flu season starts to gear up. About 2,500 paid volunteers are expected to participate, but a lot of parents are starting to ask questions now. They're worrying about what is in the vaccine, specifically whether or not it's going to contain a mercury-based additive. It's called Thimerosal. There's a lot of confusion about the H1N1 virus and vaccine and Thimerosal and what's in it and what's not. So we want to help separate fact from fiction. Joining me now is managing editor of FoxNewsHealth.com, Dr. Manny Alvarez. Good to see you, sir. Good. So let's start talking about this Thimerosal. First of all, what is it, and is it in this vaccine?
Well, it's a preservative, and for years it has been used for vaccinations. But it is a preservative. It has been linked, of course, with perhaps autism, even though it has not been proven. A lot of studies really by the federal government have not shown a direct causation for autism, but a lot of parents worry, and rightfully so. Now, most of Thimerosal has been eliminated from vaccines, but the flu vaccine does have Thimerosal. So most of the batches of the swine flu vaccine that you're going to get this year, and also the regular flu, may contain traces of Thimerosal.
May contain. So not all of these?
Not all of it.
So how do we figure it out?
Well, you got to ask. You know, I think that, if you go to a private physician or a private clinic, they'll probably be able to get for you, this type of Thimerosal-free vaccination. But if you're getting your flu vaccine from, let's say, federally funded clinics, I think most of those vaccines are going to have Thimerosal.
All right, maybe a dumb question, but why would they just not give the adults the stuff that has the vaccine that has Thimerosal in it, and the kids?
Well, because the manufacturing process is a little bit more expensive. The reason for Thimerosal is that it's a preservative, so that the vial can be used for multiple patients, so that from a cost effectiveness, the government really has a position that Thimerosal is not bad for you.
Right.
And again, in mass marketing, they will probably use vaccines that do have it. But if you're pregnant, for instance, you got to be very careful with having Thimerosal vaccination.
So basically, talk to your doctor before you.
You got to talk to your doctor and ask for these Thimerosal-free vaccines.
All right, another question. I always get the flu shot every year. So does this mean that I should not get the swine flu, the H1N1 shot?
Sure, you got to get it. You got to get it.
Both?
Yeah. And the question is for a lot of folks, if I have the flu, should I still get the flu shot?
Right.
Well, yes. The answer is yes, because not necessarily the same flu that you had was the same strain that is being covered by the vaccination. So you got to cover both angles.
Okay,
so you got to get the shot.
If you had the flu, you should still get the flu shot, and you should get the H1N1 shot.
Absolutely.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Load
Especially
up on
this
the
year.
shots.
You got to.
Okay. One more question.
Okay.
Got a lot of folks saying, okay, the swine flu, swine pork, should we avoid pork?
A big myth. A big myth. Come on.
A lot of people are concerned about this.
You can have your pork chop on anything you want. It's perfectly fine. It's good for you. No, absolutely not. It has no correlation whatsoever. You should not worry about any animals per se, any poultry.
Then why are they calling
like
it the swine flu?
Because there's a derivation of animal swine influenza into this human format, but it has really nothing to do with the animal per se. So
we're giving pigs a bad name.
Absolutely, and it's a great meat.
It's very fattening, doctor.
It's the other white meat. Absolutely, it's the other white meat.
Dr. Manny, thank you very much, and be sure to go to FoxNews.com for any information you need on this virus. Just type H1N1 into the search box, and then you click on the H1N1 page, and all sorts of news, all the very latest news that affects you and your family. FoxNews.com.